2023 was a fantastic year for retro game enthusiasts. We received a ton of remakes, ports, and remasters of classic hits like Super Mario RPG and cult classics like Cybernator. So far, 2024 looks extremely promising, with even more fantastic releases on the way. And the Switch has definitely been a platform for nostalgia, and it looks like that's not changing this year. While we still have quite the backlog to go through this year, we can't wait for the releases that are dropping. Hopefully, none of these get delayed. I'm Craig with Out of Control Game, and these are the classic and even some new retro games that are coming to the Nintendo Switch in 2024. Starting in January, we have Legend of Grimrock. This game originally came out in 2012 on the PC, and if you're a fan of classic first-person dungeon crawling RPGs, you definitely want to check this game out. Or, if you can't wait right now, in just a few days after this video releases, it's on Steam for the same price of $14.99. Personally, I originally played this game 12 years ago and fell in love with the game then, and I really wished I had more time to get into it today. If you're looking for a classic PC game experience, The Legend of Grimrock and its sequel on PC are great games to dive into. Also, there's hours and hours of replayability. Since you can choose a party of 4, just be sure to watch your flanks and your spellcaster and thief don't get killed by a spider randomly. Another Code Recollection are remasters of Another Code 2 Memories for the DS and the Japanese Wii exclusive sequel, Another Code Journey into Lost Memories. Both games are point-and-click adventures with puzzle elements, and the first game definitely was a hidden gem in the US. Another Code 2 Memories, you play as Ashley, a 14-year-old girl who receives a mysterious letter from her father. In this game, you discover the mystery of Ashley's past as you explore an island full of her family's past memories and ancestry. You also discover a partner who is a mysterious ghost, Dee, and you'll work with him to restore his memories as you solve puzzles and uncover both Ashley and Dee's past and the mystery behind Ashley's family. After completing the first game, the second game will unlock. Journey into Lost Memories takes place 2 years after the first game, and this time the story focuses on the memories of Ashley's mom. Currently, there's a demo that will let you transfer your progress to the main game, so if it sounds interesting, definitely you'll want to check this out. Okay, Ace Attorney fans, it's finally here. On January 25th, the trilogy of the Apollo Justice games are coming to the Switch. This trilogy includes the following DS titles: Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, and Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice. In these games, you'll examine crime scenes, interview witnesses, solve puzzles, and gather clues to take to trial. Basically, if you've never heard of Ace Attorney, it's like CSI, only it doesn't drag on for 20 seasons. Each game features 5 cases, each with their own endings and multiple hours of replayability. If you ever missed out on some of the various points of the original Lara Croft trilogy, and then the remasters of Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 might be the best way to experience these games. These games' graphics have been massively overhauled. And if you want to play with new graphics, or you want the original polygons, all you have to do is just click a button. Each game includes the expansions that were originally available to the PC ports, as well as secret levels that have now been unlocked. So if you're single and lonely and looking for a girl to hang out with on Valentine's Day, Lara Croft has you covered. On February 16th, a classic returns. Mario vs. Donkey Kong is one of those puzzle games you find yourself accidentally getting sucked into, and what starts out as a "I'll just play this one level" turns into a few hours later. This game is actually a sequel to Donkey Kong on the Game Boy, which was one of my personal favorites. While personally we would have liked to see a new introduction to the series, here's a game that we hope sells well enough to warrant a new entry, and is a fantastic sequel to an original classic. Okay, so personally, we're upset this is not coming to the US because the first game came to the DS in the United States, and it's an awesome series. If you've never experienced the original Retro Game Challenge Game Center CX on the DS, the premise is basically this. You play segments of new NES, Game Boys, and Super Nintendo games to beat certain challenges. And basically the whole idea is based off a game show in Japan. And after completing the challenges, you can go back and play through these games in full. And they are not cheap cash-ins either. These are full-fledged action RPGs and shmups for the NES, Game Boy, and Super Nintendo, or you could say inspired by those, and they're tons of fun. I am personally sad we're not getting this in the US as of now, but this one is definitely worth importing, especially if you're a fan of the original DS game. If you grew up playing the Super Nintendo or even the Nintendo 64, you might be familiar with the racing series Top Gear. For the Super Nintendo, it was a fantastic Mode 7 racer in the vein of Rad Racer, Outrun, and other classic racers of that era. In other parts of the world, it was known as Top Racer, and the original and its sequels were delayed from January to March of 2024 this year. Personally, I'm excited to get back into this series. Top Gear, Top Gear 2, 3000, all of these were great racers to hop into for a weekend. However, the Top Racer Crossroads Horizon Chase mode is what I'm most interested in trying out, since Horizon Chase Turbo was personally one of my favorite mobile titles for several months on Android. Braid was originally released on the Xbox 360 in 2008 for the Xbox Arcade platform. The Anniversary Edition will feature some updated visuals, improved sound, music, as well as a few bonus features. This game is definitely a classic and deserves your time. It's a puzzle platformer that features Tim, a man on a journey to rescue his princess, and there's a timed reversing element that allows you to reverse your actions and use it to solve puzzles as well. We don't want to spoil the ending for you, but as someone who's a fan of the original, I'm definitely adding this to my pickup list to give it a playthrough again. If you've been watching our channel for the past several months, the most responded comment is, "What is this game?" If you're unfamiliar with the original Shadow of the Ninja, you play it right now on the Nintendo Switch Online service. The game is a simultaneous two-player action side-scroller with ninjas, and it's awesome. You have 5 continues in the game and a very, very generous life bar as well. You can change weapons, upgrade your sword, and use secondary weapons, and it's not a game you can just blow through. You need to take your time. Now that we're done gushing over the original game, the remake in Shadow of Ninja Reborn looks to bring back the amazing action gameplay with a few updates. First, besides graphics, the game is adding multiple weapons you can swap through. Also, the music has been updated as well and sounds banging. Overall, the UI has been improved as well as character and enemy designs. This is one of our most anticipated games this year, probably because my wife and I are obsessed with side-scrolling beat-ups like Double Dragon, anything that we can play together that also gets some stress out. So you can bet this game is going to be on our most anticipated games of the year. You know, it's kind of weird to think that the 3DS is now considered classic gaming, and Luigi's Mansion 2 is getting an HD remaster sometime in 2024. I have fond memories of playing the sequel when it came out on the 3DS, but personally I'm looking forward to having modern controls for this one, much like in Luigi's Mansion 3. 2 did a lot of great things and innovated from the original, but I can't but wonder if we'll see the original come to Switch as well. It's always amazing when we hear about a project of taking a canceled game and then bringing it back from the dead, and that's the exact case with Shantae Advance Risky Revolution. Originally, it was intended for the Nintendo Game Boy Advance, however, was shelved for a completely different game that was pushed to the DS. New gameplay mechanics such as rotating levels and foregrounds and background play, and the new gimmicks in this title. Returning are the transformations, which makes the Metroidvania gameplay feel more expansive than ever. As a fan of the Shantae Metroidvania series, I can't wait to check this one out. Rugrats originally released in 1991 on Nickelodeon. However, the first home console game did not come until 1998 with Rugrats: The Search for Reptar on the PlayStation 1. Well, history's being rewritten in the craziest way, because Rugrats Adventure in Gameland is a new NES game coming in 2024. This is awesome for NES fans, for Rugrat fans, we're all winning here. And it's not just come to NES, but modern platforms as well, including the Switch. Personally, I can't wait to get my hands on an NES cartridge of this game and play it on my CRT. But I want to check it out, the modern mode that's going to be on the Switch as well. This is definitely another anticipated game for 2024 and cannot wait to dive into this one. While currently there have not been any platforms listed for this game, we can definitely expect Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary to likely be on the Switch as well, especially considering the original game ran on the GameCube and the first HD ports came to the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. In case you weren't aware, this was actually leaked late November in 2023, so a few lucky people were actually able to play this prior to it coming out for the public. We can only hope this classic comes to the Switch, and for those of you who missed the original game, and others like myself that want to relive it, sometime in 2024. Suikoden is another series that many fans have been screaming for HD ports or re-releases of. We did get the original games on the PlayStation 3, which were perfect because of the save transfer functionality, with Suikoden 1, 2, and 3. Suikoden 1 and 2 are classic RPGs that have various different types of gameplay. From turn-based strategy, city building, and war mechanics, this game has a lot to offer players. One reason a lot of fans are excited to see these games come back is the price of the original PlayStation 1 disc are insane. Also, Konami is giving these two games the original HD 2D treatment, so there will be widescreen, updated graphics, and lighting while retaining its pixel art style. There's also the 101 Stars of Destiny, 101 recruitable characters. Well, not all playable, these characters are required for 100% completion, and you'll want to pick everyone up that you can get, because the bonuses from your army and home base are definitely worth it for the endgame of both titles. But more importantly, there are bonuses that carry over from the first game into the second game if you do everything right. It's an awesome game. We cannot wait to get back into these. So make sure that you finish Suikoden 1 and transfer all your stats, items, weapon levels, and ruins over into Suikoden 2. And hey, Konami, when are we going to get an announcement about a Suikoden 3 HD remaster so we can carry all that into that game as well? And possibly the biggest game on this list, and our most anticipated for 2024, is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. The amount of people that are excited about this game is overwhelmingly positive. This game was a joy to play on the GameCube, and just like Super Mario RPG, we're excited to see this game return to the Nintendo Switch as well. One of the things that made Super Mario RPG Remake so great was the quality of life improvements. While we haven't seen much for Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door yet, in this regard, there's a definite improvement in the visual department. 3D effects look drastically better, colors are brighter, and the gameplay looks to remain intact. While we can only speculate if new content's being added, I personally can't wait to play this with my daughter, much how I played Mario RPG with her. So what games coming out in 2024 are you excited for? Feel free to let us know in the comments, even if it's not a retro title that's coming to the Switch. There's a ton of great games coming, and if we get a Switch 2 this year, we'll definitely have a lot more to look forward to. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I'm Craig with Out of Control Games. We know, life, kids, work, it's all crazy and out of control sometimes. Don't let your gaming be.